Kumar Murthy, Country Head, Institution of Analytics, London.
A chef who has a vast experience of 17 years in engineering industry and 23 years in academics. Dr. Vinod holds an engineering degree, BE, in mechanical discipline, MBA in finance and marketing, and PhD in finance. During his engineering career, he has served organizations like Westman Halberscheid, Forgings Lied, LML Alta, Rotorhams Altai, and Madhusudan Nippon Altai. He had been to Germany, Bahrain, and Sydney for professional assignments. Dr. Vinod is at present associated with IOA, Institute of Analytics, headquartered at London in the capacity of country head, India-based at Bangalore. Dr. Vinod was awarded Saraswati Sewa Puruskar by Lions International Club, Kanpur, in year 2008 for his significant contribution in academics. He has won second prize in Best Doctoral Paper Competition in AIM's 10th International Conference held at IIM Bangalore during 6th and 9th of January 2013. Dr. Vinod is passionate about data science and is currently engaged in writing a book on multivariate data analysis. IBM has authorized him as a certified trainer for IBM's CEBT, Career Education for Business Transformation, in the area of predictive analysis. Dr. Vinod loves to share his knowledge about SPSS, Statistical Package for Social Sciences, Minitab, SAS, R, Python, Tableau, Power BI, and Excel, and has conducted several workshops, FDPs, on data analysis. He has been doing corporate training on data analysis with companies like Accenture, Capgemini, Prudential Global, Hewlett-Packard, Goldman Sachs, ANZ Bank, and State Street. Dr. Vinod had taken first session on Analytics for Finance Professionals on 8 November 2018 at 20th World Congress of Accountants at Sydney, Australia, attended by 6,000 plus senior management financial professionals across 148 countries, and on 8 December 2018 at SAPA International CFO Conference, 8-9-10, December 2018 at Dhaka, Bangladesh, attended by approximately 400 plus delegates from Bangladesh, Nepal, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and India. His research interest lies in developing corporate bankruptcy prediction models using advanced data mining tools like neural networks, adaptive boosting, random forest, fuzzy logics, support vector machines, and genetic algorithms.
Hi, Christian.
May I request Dr. Vinod to take the seat? We hear Dr. Anil Basappa Malayali, who is the Dean R&D ANGS.
And Dean at the Karya Institute of Graduate Studies. He has a deep-rooted passion for commerce and management education with a cumulative experience of 24 years, comprising 9 years in industry and 15 years in academia. With all the academic experience of 15 years at Acharya, he has honed expertise in finance and cost accounting and have also gained experience at various administrative levels. Commencing his journey as a lecturer in 2008, he has had the privilege of evolving alongside the institution, contributing to its growth and success. His academic credentials includes Master of Commerce, MCOM, with specialization in cost accounting, Master of Business Administration, MBA, and PhD in Commerce. His roles at Acharya, such as Vice Principal, Head, Quality Assurance, Head of the Department, and now Dean R&D, have provided him with valuable experience in strategic planning, curriculum development, and faculty and student management. Furthermore, his research endeavors have been focused on integrating commerce and management with other disciplines, especially technology. Throughout his career, he has consistently strived to engage students in meaningful discourse, foster critical thinking skills, and inspire a passion for lifelong learning.
May I request Dr. Anil Malayali to take the seat? May I request my co-host to introduce Professor Gururaj Sridhara, Dean Academics.
Sridhar is an applied mathematician and educational administrator with 32 years of experience. He has been master trainer at several places, sharing his vivid experiences with students, researchers, faculty, and the general public. He contributes regular columns to newspapers, sharing their insights and expertise on topics related to mathematics, education, nature, or any other areas of interest. He has been an invited speaker at All India Radio. Professor Guru Raj has been the member of the syllabus committee for the MHRD. Being a wildlife conservation activist, he has been passionate about protecting and preserving wildlife, and likely engaged in advocacy, awareness campaigns, and conservation efforts. This person has a love for theater, participating in acting, directing, or supporting local theater productions. He is the founder of Green Defense Nature Club and prestigious Green Teacher Awardee. He has authored books on data science, climate change, and education. Currently, he is working with the Carter Institute of Graduate Studies as Dean Academics.
May I request Professor Gururaj Sridhara to take the stage?
Well-rounded and accomplished technology professional with a deep understanding of both technical and business aspects of IT projects, as well as a track record of innovation and thought leadership, having 20 years of experience as an associate professor, software consultant, researcher, technology evangelist, learning and development specialist in the field of computer science and information technology. As per Dr. Shamik, teaching is not just imparting knowledge and facts. Rather, it is a process of preparing and facilitating the student's process of self-learning and self-acquisition of information. Modern technology plays a key role in the enhancement of teaching and learning experiences. Dr. Shamik has a diverse and impressive technical portfolio with expertise spanning various aspects of information systems, project management, enterprise resource planning, AI/ML enabled, enterprise application development in cross-platform environment, and the integration of enterprise technologies with business processes. His familiarity with e-commerce and e-business indicates a strong understanding of how technology can be leveraged to optimize business operations. His successful patent work, including the recent grant in the UK and involvement in publishing a patent on artificial intelligence for supply chain management optimization, showcases innovation and contributions to intellectual property.
May I request Dr. Palak to take the stage? May I take this moment to call upon the moderator for today's panel discussion, Dr. Benjamin Jones Abraham, the convener ICATMS. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. That was a good introduction by our AI and co-host on all the panelists. So the time starts now. 15 minutes is per panelist. I don't mind if you take another 2 or 3 minutes more, but not beyond that. And for the audience, at the end of each presentation by the panelists, we will distribute paper for you to write your questions. We will answer all the questions towards the end. So Q&A happens after all the panelists have given their presentation. But if you have a question direct to any one of the panelists, you can write the question and give it to us. Professors will be given a chance to shoot the questions direct at the panelist. Thank you very much. So the sequence I'll tell for the kind information of the panelists, as it is given in the poster that I've shared with you, the sequence of presentation will happen accordingly. Professor Shamik, the palette, will give the first presentation. May I welcome him? Shall we all give a big round of applause?
Very good afternoon, everyone. So let me start the idea behind this panel discussion, and then we'll followed by an extensive presentation. So the main idea behind today's panel discussion is how we can design, develop and manage an application which is live in internet. So all of us, the users, active users we can say of internet, and we know that in day-to-day basis we use various types of applications. Like in the morning I was talking about an e-commerce application. So in general, in today's world, if you would like to make use of a modern internet application, what are the emerging trends? So it sounds too much technical, but I will not go into the very technical insights. Rather, as a management students, you need to understand that how a business process can be influenced in a positive direction by making use of an internet-based application where we will adopt emerging technologies. So I will just give you a glimpse of the emerging technologies which is very important in today's world, and all of us must adopt that particular type of technology. The first thing which I would like to focus over here for making a financial transactions, because operation management might be one of the topic of the master degree students. You might have studied that in your course curriculum. So if I would like to say that in an e-commerce or e-business process, or suppose in a banking service, you would like to have an hassle-free payment operation management. So what could be the ideal technologies? How we can make use of transactions which may consist of several lenders as well as the borrowers in the process. So there is a technology available over here called blockchain. Might have heard about blockchain, isn't it? And this is one of the emerging technology which can be used in a hassle-free manner whenever a payment process can be initiated between a merchant and a customer, or might be a financial organization like bank and a customer. So you will ask how it can be possible. And surprisingly, in this particular payment processing, we can completely discard bank or any financial organization. So that is another positive advantage. Why I will say it as a positive advantage? Because in today's world, you might have seen that when we are going for any huge financial transactions, maybe it's a loan processing or any credit card processing, the back-end business process generally involves financial organizations first to check the credit score of that particular customer, isn't it? If the credit score is very less, then that particular person is not eligible to get a credit card or get a loan. It is true for any banking system across the globe. There is no difference in that. But when we'll start making use of blockchain, so it provides us a facility called distributed ledger. You might have heard about ledger, because if anyone is having an accounting finance background, you might have heard about ledger. Ledger is a document which generally keep track of all debits and credits, isn't it? So for any business process, even as a management students, you might have a ledger management systems through which you can understand that who are the issuer of the money and generally to whom it has been disbursed, isn't it? So now if you'd like to make this process automated, let's say example, I don't want to involve any bank and there are 4 business partners who are associated with this particular process. Okay, so 4 business partners will transact money with each other to launch any specific business, because without finance you cannot launch any specific type of business, isn't it? So here the question of blockchain is quite significant, as we will manage it through a distributed ledger. So 4 people will be in a blockchain, and generally a blockchain basically represented with the help of nodes. Okay, like say for example, whenever you have a tree or whenever you have any specific type of structures you might have seen, it's all connected with different type of nodes. So in blockchain also we manage it in the same manner. And we can say that particular ledger is immutable. What is the meaning of immutable? Nobody can change the content of that particular ledger. Now coming to the main part, that there are maybe four people here available. You might be a future entrepreneur and you would like to do a business, but when the question of money is coming, obviously there is no friendship exists in the question of transaction of money, isn't it? So for that, what we need to have a trustworthy framework. And there is no trustworthy framework other than bank in today's world, correct? That's why we depend on bank for any kind of transactions. That if you borrow money, you have to pay it back. There is no other option available. But if four friends just start making a business without having a blockchain, tomorrow anyone can deny of repaying the money back to the other friend. It may happen, isn't it? So in order to just discard all these possibilities, blockchain came up with a necessary concept for tracking the asset in any specific business network. So as a management students, this is one of the very good learning for you. Okay, so I will show you some important aspects of blockchain, that why this blockchain is basically important. So as I was talking about tracking orders or payments, so what we'll do, it consists of several blocks. That's the name is called blockchain. And each block consists of data, like the name of the person, and followed by that link to the next block. So all blocks are interconnected with each other, and it's also having a proof of concept. And that proof of concept will give you a specific type of agreement or clause. That person A has borrowed 100,000 Indian rupees from person B. So that is a proof of concept which is actually available. So this is called a kind of e-agreement. The agreement which we made generally in stamp paper in today's world, but blockchain will give you an option to make an electronic agreement, and it will be done automatically. Nobody can change, even no participant available in the block can change it. And the thing which is very important, as I told you, that there will be a kind of clause which is written in a digital format that is called smart contract. So every contract is actually captured within the blockchain. So that if you would like to do a financial transaction tomorrow, if you would like to purchase a product from an e-commerce shop, you don't have to depend on any credit card issued by the bank. If you have a direct transactions with the merchant like Amazon, Flipkart, or any other merchant, or even it can be a personal financial communication between two persons, and these two persons, they don't know each other, but it doesn't matter. Still, you can do a business, you can do a financial transactions using this particular strategy. So isn't it interesting? So as a management student also, you can have a look at how a payment management and operation management, exclusively if I consider an operation management of any back-end business process, that can be carried on with the help of the blockchain technology. So as I told you, the building block of blockchain is block, and that actually consists of data. Now, one very interesting question you can ask over here, that, okay, that blocks are there, datas are also there, you have a technology through that, you can mention a distributed ledger, but what if any specific intruder starts capturing the transaction in between, who is not a part of that block? So how we will take care of millions and millions of transactions? Yes, blockchain is also coming up with a level of security which is tamper proof. Like today, if you would like to use an internet banking system, if you would like to transfer money from HDFC to ICICI, you will use 256-bit encryption. Means the data will move into the path in a scrambled format. Even any intruder will intercept the data, won't be able to do anything with that particular data. So generally what happens in case of blockchain, the malicious users, they cannot do anything with the data because of the available greater security in every block. The data are all encrypted with 256-bit encryption. That is one of the internationally recognized standard process of encryption. So your data is secure. So first of all, 4 people are in the block. They agree to transfer money with each other to build a business and to spend money for entire operations of that particular business. A trustworthy chain has been established by using the blocks, and whatever transmission is happening from one business partner to another business partner is purely with the help of security level, internal security, which is maintained just by the blockchain itself. So ultimately there are certain use cases from IBM, as you have a tie-up, organization Acharya Institute having a tie-up with IBM. So please have a look on this type of link, the URL which I've given. You can take a photo of this particular link, go through the site of IBM and see that how IBM is actually helping to use the idea of blockchain. So this is basically certain use case which I have kept, like Golden State's food, and they are ensuring the food quality with fresh thinking using the blockchain technology. So there are so many companies across the globe, they are actually working with the blockchain, and this is one of the use case. Another use case, transform of healthcare outcome with simplicity by using IBM blockchains. So you have tie-up with IBM, so have a look on those type of case studies, might give you more interest in understanding the concept of blockchain. I will not focus on the coding part here because this is basically for engineering IT students. So we will have a look on another very important part. So whenever you're talking about any specific blockchain, so these are all different job roles which is available in the market. So blockchain management is obviously a very important and interesting part for all of you to have a look. So you can search in LinkedIn, you can search in Google also, that what are the jobs available for MBA graduates as long as blockchain is concerned. Look, this is purely technical. That doesn't mean company needs only technical people. There are a lot of operation management, business operation management role available where people are working to provide support to the customers, providing a kind of functional consultant to the client, and they are the role of business management student playing a significant impact. Okay, so software development point of view, as I already told you, there are several fields, several designations available where people can work as a blockchain developer. But rather than that also, few things are very, very important. As you can see that once you start upgrading your skills, if you have little bit interest in any of this particular programming language, you might have maybe a few people, those who came from after doing engineering came to a management field for doing an MBA. You might have knowledge or you might have a hidden interest in working with the technology. Anyone is having a hidden interest working with the technologies? Because I see a lot of people in my career, a lot of students after completing engineering, they moved into MBA because it's a very good combination, BE, BTech followed by MBA. And obviously, this is a certain role, as you can see, programming language, cryptography, database, data structure, some very interesting topics which are related with blockchain technologies. So though it's a little bit hardcore technology, but have a look over here which might give you a little bit interest in understanding the role of a blockchain developer. Let me talk, before I finish, let me talk about little bit about smart contract, which is really important for you as a business management student, that how generally we can create a smart contract, because this is the backbone of blockchain. Once the smart contract has been made in a precise manner without having any fault, so generally all organization, whenever they start making any kind of blockchain transaction, this is playing a significant role, and the business logic of any specific business process which is hidden inside the building block which is known as the smart contract. So that's one of the most important thing which we have in any blockchain. So if you see 4 process which is working with the smart contract, first you define what is required in the smart contract, who are the business partners, followed by that, what exactly is the event. It's maybe transactions of money to set a specific business. At the same point of time, execute that smart contract and make the statement. And that statement should come as a settlement. So it is almost same as a banking transactions. If you purchase any product with a credit card, what exactly you get? A debit followed by a credit. Isn't it? The same thing is also happening in smart contract. There is a settlement. That whenever your business logic has already been implemented and 4 people agree to make financial transactions to maybe develop a marketing campaign or to develop a specific product, the role of smart contract is quite significant. And you can see the process is quite strong, significant, having no error in the business process. So it's completely flawless in a different way, we can see. Okay, so there are certain case studies which I will not discuss with you right now. I will share this presentation. You can have a look on these case studies in a later stage. Okay, so these are the benefits of smart contract. As I told you, accuracy, efficiency, effective in savings, and transparency and integrity. So you don't need any bank. Does that sound good? That you don't need any financial organization, though you can perform a business transaction in a smart and in a very hassle-free way, and which is legal. Because you know that blockchain is legal in India, in other part of the globe. Since cryptocurrency is also a part of blockchain, but which is not that much famous in India, but in other part of the globe, it is actually taking a significant role. Maybe in near future, cryptocurrency might be one of the way of making a financial transactions. So as a business management student, this is obviously a very interesting field of study. So you can just focus on that part, and you can get back to me also in later stage if anyone having any questions. So with this, I will just conclude my session. Thank you.
Coordinators to distribute the papers. If anyone has a question, please, I'll give you time 1 minute to write the question and give it back to the coordinator. Thank you, sir. You may be seated. The next panelist will be Dr. Vinod. I'll give you 1 minute time, so you may wait. Give you time. So if any student has a question, please write it down. Coordinators make sure that you have collected it.
Piyush, Shivraj phone. Shivraj phone.
Shall we give a big round of applause for
What's first slide? Oh, good, great. I request you all to sit down, please. Madam, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. So, students, I am having only 15 minutes. So I would like to ask one question and expect that you should be fearless in answering. Look into my eyes, my eyes. Do you like studies? Loudly. Yes, sir. Loudly. Yes, sir. See, be honest. Be honest. I got the answer. And do you like classes? Be honest. Be honest. Okay. Wonderful. First time in my 40 years of career, students are saying that they like studies and they like classes. I don't know if it is a truth or not. If it is a truth, entire credit goes to this college and to Professor Benjamin. I will take it all. I will take it all. So the college is interesting for students. Amazing. Amazing. Madam, somehow that I don't like distraction in the class. Please. You please do whatever transaction you want to do, but once you are in the class, don't move here. So, you change the seat, no? And you like the class, huh? Great. So, with regard to AI, next, see, with the help of AI, you can do n number of things. N number of things. My God, which is absolutely revolutionary. There are n number of live cases where you can use AI. I am not mentioning each and everything, otherwise it may take full day or half a day just to explain that what AI can do for a working professional or for a student. Just mentioning few and then I will come to the point. You can write creative ideation. If you have an idea and you do not know that how to nurture that idea, how to grow that idea, AI can help. So this is something very, very important for budding professionals like you. Because you are full of ideas. You are full of ideas. Here AI can help you. Next. I don't know whether you are comfortable with coding or not. If you are not, even if you are not comfortable, don't worry. Codes can be written by AI. Right? So, good news for you. Next. Fraud detection and prevention. Every day when we read the newspaper, we see that this fraud happened, that fraud happened. And this can be detected and prevented by AI. Next. Writing tools. So if you want to write an essay or write something, then you can take the help of it. I will come back onto these things once again. Next. And there are so many things. Chatbot, predictive analytics, analysis, personal recommendation, and everything finally end up that you should purchase. Company can only survive when you buy the things. So the ultimate goal is that the customer should buy the things. So AI is helping companies for achieving this particular goal in a big way. Next. Now how AI is implemented in one organization. So I am not going to make this entire thing very much tech savvy, keeping it very, very simple. So this is the simple way. Define the objective, what you want to do, means your organization, data collection, use the right mathematical algorithm or mathematical approach, and you cannot do with your machine or with your laptop. You need to take service from some high-end provider, which we call for the time being cloud platform, and you need to build your model. I was interacting with some students who are studying R or who have studied a few algorithms. So build those algorithms, or you can go for pre-trained models and then test model and then integrate. So that even if you are here in Bangalore, you have built a model in your organization who is sitting in New Zealand can use your model. That is the meaning of integration. Next. Now, there are some challenges. There are some challenges. And I wanted to talk about that to this audience, which is students, and since morning, and not only since morning, day in, day out, you are hearing what AI, and I would like to mention that 5 years before in Chennai, I was sharing the dais, and just by my left hand side, one IIT professor, IIT Madras professor was sitting, and then third person had asked that what is AI, artificial intelligence? It is 5 years before. I said I don't know, and then I looked at the professor of IIT Madras, and IIT Professor Madras Computer Science, and he said, even I do not know. So this was the status 5 years before. That even IIT professor was not knowing that what AI is. So, but one thing is very important for you, that whenever you are going to implement AI, the computing power is the first bottleneck. Is going to be the first problem. But you need not to worry about. Don't worry about the limitation of your laptop. Whatever is the limitation of your laptop, you can choose either of these three: Amazon Web Service, Cloud, Google Cloud Platform, or Microsoft Azure. But it will come at a cost, and you can use this and then build your AI model. Next, data is a problem, and here I had put the data says we need more data. Data is not sufficient, never ever be sufficient. Bigger the data, better the product. But data sufficiency is always a problem. Here is a funny joke, husband-wife sitting. Somebody is peeping from the window. Can you read what is this? Hello, come on man, come fast. I am having very limited time, come fast. Come. Read this.
Don't worry, it's only marketers collecting our personal data so they can create more relevant advertising for us.
What is the meaning of this?
Sir, it basically says that marketers want the personal data of their customers.
What personal data?
Sir,
Of husband here.
and basically like their location, their age.
And they are sitting here. What location?
So basically they want their personal data so that they can make more advertisement which particularly targets them. I'm not sure about that, sir.
Why? Because you are not married. You don't marry. And this is about married couple. So the essence of this diagram is that marketers are after you. Whenever you go to a bakery shop, buy a cake, before billing they ask, what is your phone number? And your phone number is connected to your Aadhaar. And the moment you give your phone number, you are fully exposed. You are fully exposed. Don't think so, even though cyber security and so many things are there. But the moment you share your phone number, you are gone. Your everything is now in their hand. So, but data sufficiency and data privacy are these type of things associated with that. Keep in mind whenever you go for AI application. Next, expertise in machine learning. I will come back to this particular picture once again, but I am very much sure that they are going to study machine learning or data mining in their course. In analytics in some other program. That subject is very important. Very, very important. If you are thinking about AI, now you cannot ignore that particular subject, machine learning or data mining, and particularly statistics. For you students, these subjects are very, very important. Next, code creation, as I said, that code can be created. Next, once you build your AI application and build the algorithm, you need to explain it to your client. You need to explain to your customer. What you will explain? If you do not understand what has been done or what is written in the algorithm, you will be blank. You will say that this is the algorithm, this is the objective achieved, But the moment client will ask and make it sure that now everybody is educated. 10 years before, nobody was able to understand data mining, nobody was able to understand machine learning, nobody was able to understand codes. But gone are the days. Now when you will build a model and you will show to the client will ask 1,000 questions. That what is that algorithm, why? If you are not thorough, if you are not perfect, you will not be able to defend yourself. Make sure that you are knowledgeable in these regards. Next. Writing tools. You can write. Next. Now, this is which is very much required if you want to build an AI system in your organization, that you need to take help of these expertise. Computer science, language, cloud computing. So this is one. Cyber security and laws, very important now. Mathematics. There was a joke, very popular joke, many of you know that, and it was asked by the speaker, how many of you want to become data scientists? And everybody had raised hand, everybody. And then next question was, how many of you want to learn mathematics? Nobody. Everybody want to become data scientists, but mathematics they don't want to. And they need to understand, you all need to understand, mathematics is important. And there is a very, very important proverb. Ma'am, leave the camera for the time being. Listen. Forget. Please. Don't do all these things in the class. Leave it. I'm not like Shah Rukh Khan or Amir Khan. So, there is a very simple saying that codes talk to computer and mathematics talk to universe. Don't ignore mathematics. Mathematics talks to universe. A rocket is launched from Earth and at a very particular time in milliseconds, at a particular spot, it reaches. It is mathematics. All the complications or all the puzzles of the world are solved by mathematics. So mathematics is important. Don't ignore that. If you have studied it, very good, refresh it. If you have not refreshed it, do a course on mathematics. Statistics, very important. Very, very important. So, and I know that you all have studied statistics or you are going to study statistics. Don't ignore that subject. That is the basic subject. Very fundamental subject. You should be a good team player, leadership, and you should have good communication. We want to build an AI system. Social science. Your field is social science. Marketing, human resource, financial management, HR. These are coming under social sciences. And you see, if all this skill set is not brought into the AI drive, a company cannot build a good AI system. Cannot. And this is one of the biggest challenges in front of the organization. Next. Now I am coming here. I am very much angry, very much ultra angry when I had seen this. Because I am standing here where all educated and honored people are there. Otherwise, with your permission, I wanted to use the word idiot. This idiot is saying how to create AI tool in 2 minutes without any technical skills. Foolish. He is making the entire world fool. Without any technical skill, in 2 minutes you can create an AI tool. My God. And when my dear students look at this, they feel, I need not to study mathematics. I need not to study statistics. I need not to go to college. I need not to listen to my professor. I will just look at this video and this gentleman who is a big professor. By face he is looking like a super class monkey. And this gentleman will educate you in 2 minutes and then you will become an AI expert. This is something very, very bad is happening. Very, very bad is happening. Don't fall into the trap. No one can make you AI expert in 2 minutes. Forget 2 minutes, not in 2 months, not in 2 years, as a matter of fact. Next. You all might be wondering that I am speaking on AI and I have not used the word ChatGPT. My sincere advice to you all. forget ChatGPT immediately. Don't talk about ChatGPT. Don't talk about AI tools at this point of time in your career. Focus on your textbooks, focus on your professors, focus on the basics, focus on the fundamentals. Don't follow shortcuts, that there is a tool which can give you answer, or there is a tool which can make your project report, or there is a tool which can help you in a shortcut manner. If you are adopting that, you are killing yourselves. Don't do that. Don't do that. It is your time. It is your time to invest in basics, fundamentals. ChatGPT is good. Who already knows AI, who already knows machine learning, who already spent 10 years in data mining and machine learning. If they use OpenAI, it is good for them, but not for you. If you are going to use that, it is like a sword in monkey's hand. A sword in monkey's hand. Don't become monkey. Don't become monkey, and don't play with this such a dangerous sword like ChatGPT. It's a poison for you. It's a poison for you. Poison for you. Don't use it. Don't use it. Invest your time in learning basics. Listen to your professor who is coming to the class and sharing his knowledge and building your basics in fundamentals. That will pay great dividends. ChatGPT is like a sword in a monkey's hand. Next. See what happens. On date 30th April, just 2 days before, 8 newspapers of USA sued ChatGPT, OpenAI and Microsoft. And Copilot is the AI tool of Microsoft. Sued that they had consumed their collected information in an illegal way. Imagine. Hello, what happened? Hello. He's an AI expert. So what happened? Now he has built a model based on ChatGPT or some OpenAI tool or some say Gemini or there are numbers. And the source of information, the data was collected, which was protected by Intellectual Property Act. And later on, the company is sued. What will happen to your model? What will happen to your model? See, I have given the evidence. This is Guardian newspaper, OpenAI, 30th April. A group of 8 US newspapers is suing ChatGPT maker, OpenAI and Microsoft. That's why I am saying, if you are playing with ChatGPT, you are burning your hands at this point of time, at this age. At this age. Listen to your professors in the classroom. That's it. Next. See, voice is mimicked. Voice is artificially created. And we have heard from the newspapers that son is talking to mom, that mom, I need 1,000 rupees. Please transfer immediately. And later on it was revealed that the voice was not of the son. Some fraudster person had morphed the voice. Here is one example. So ChatGPT is creating. I am not against ChatGPT. I am saying it is for those who have invested, who have spent 5 to 10 years in the industry. If they are using, all right. Because they know this part also and they know automatic part also. But you, when you are in such a delicate clay, if at this moment of time you will enter into this automatic field, my God, you are going to spoil your career. No, it is a time to learn fundamentals. It is a time to learn basics. Next. Enough for you at this point of time. Questions and answers.
Questions, so please.
Ask questions fearlessly.
So,
Ask questions.
questions that we take.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We'll give a round. Just share a quote with you. The best students go for mathematics. No. Even is not over yet. The best students go for mathematics. That's what my father said, not my father, Stephen Hawking. That's a quote of Stephen Hawking. So mathematics is not overrated just because you have not pursued MSc or it doesn't mean so. It's not that you cannot pursue mathematics, but mathematics is the foundation of computer science. Remember that. Thank you. I call the next panelist, Dr. Anil P. Malali. Give a round of applause.
Well, I think this is a classroom for me. Anyway. Yeah. I'll spend a very little time on making you understand how, as a students of MBA, you are going to use AI. We are not going to build AI because technically we are not meant to. This is the job which the experts are already there in the industry and we will be working on it. Now, our job is to see how best we can use the management concepts with AI. Now, AI has to be infused into the management concepts. So one of the management concepts is agile management. I'll be talking on this as to what is agile management and how AI can be used to make it better and get the results out of it. Right? So, agile management is a management concept where you're trying to build a product or a process in a sequential manner like you used to do before, but then here you're not using the similar steps. You're not going to have like your, can you go to the next slide? Yeah. If you can look at this waterfall project, what we have studied as management. What is management? Management is planning, organizing, staffing, all those things, and then you come to the results, right? Now here, it happens in sequential order, but when it comes to agile management, you plan, you create, you review, you release simultaneously. It is an instant activity which are happening continuously across your implementation. You don't plan and stop there. Planning happens every day when you are implementing. The moment you implement something, you know what are the problems, you again plan, correction plan, and then you implement it. So this goes on. That's why you say there are multiple cycles of the implementation. It can be anything. It can be as simple as planning a holiday. When you're planning a holiday, you prepare your plan, but you'll have to be what is called as flexible because a lot of things may change and you may have to change your plan. And if you're not flexible, then it'll be very difficult to go ahead with your initial this thing. You want to reach a destination, that will be a destination which you don't want by then. So if something goes wrong, if you're going on a holiday to Goa and something goes wrong in Goa, the moment you reach there, you will not find anything. You say, no, it's a curfew, 144 section. The moment this information reaches me, I am somewhere in between, I can change my plan, I should fall back on the other areas or other places where I can go. So this way, you are making sure that you are flexible enough to change your plan and implement those things subsequently. So this happens in cycles. So I'll just show you two this thing. What is this? What is the gentleman doing? Fielding, isn't it? Now, if you look at this, this is the process that has been taught to him. How to field? The ball is reaching you. You put your legs like this. Then this. I think this I always talk to you in class. This is a sequential thing which you have to do. But do you think today we do this? Go to the next picture, please. Yeah. What is the gentleman doing? He is fielding and he is also throwing, isn't it? Now, here, this is agile. I mean, you are flexible enough not to wait for the planned things to happen, but to go ahead and make sure the execution happens and you reach the results. This is a very short thing, but he might have thought so many things in his mind how he is going to do it. Right? It's a flick of a second. And his brain is working that way and making sure that he takes the decision required and throws at the place where he wants to make the batsman out. Now imagine when you are doing this, entire process is your human intelligence which is working there. Right? So when you're using agile management, you're not using the traditional steps or orthodox steps of planning, organizing and all those things. You are simultaneously working on various things and making sure that these steps are taken care within those plans. I mean, they are broken into many projects. A simple project is broken into multiple projects and simultaneously you are implementing them. So now, how AI can be used for this agile management? AI is nothing but your branch of computer science where you actually try to build artificial intelligence. What is artificial intelligence? It is nothing but machines mimicking human intelligence. They are trying to learn how we do, and they do it by their own. Now there are various uses, because now machine learning and artificial intelligence has reached a place where they are faster because they are machines. I have my own constraints when I am a human being and using my physical this thing to do certain things. My brain has a limitation because biologically it may not be possible to operate at the speed of light, but these people can do. I mean, these machines can do. So that way, whatever we think and do similar things, they mimic it and they do it faster and simultaneously. I can think of one thing at a time and then deliver it. It can think hundreds of things at a time and deliver. Right? This is the beauty of AI. And once they have developed it, now they are trying to bring it into every aspects of human life. Let it be anything for you. Name it, you have AI in it. Name any aspect of your life, you will have AI in it. That is the stage we have reached, and it's going to be with us. Don't worry. I cannot say I will survive without AI. No. If you want to go next, this thing, yes, AI has to be there with you, and make sure that you know those aspects of AI also and how to integrate it in your management concepts. So, bringing agile and artificial intelligence together, these are the benefits, how we are going to leverage the artificial intelligence and management concepts. It will enhance decision making. The moment you start using AI in the entire process of your agile management process, then it will make sure that the decisions are more enhanced and faster. So multiple decisions can be taken for various problems which you are solving, you want to solve during the process of implementation. Advanced analytics. Analytics will be more advanced. Naturally, earlier you might have used your mathematics and statistical skills, but here AI can generate those results in a better way, and it will give you an insight as to how they can be used. Automation. Naturally, AI will automate a lot of aspects. Especially when you are looking at the MC and AI MC, the day is not far. Already there are places where you don't have a physical MC at all. AI takes care of entire things. It wakes up when people come in, it starts presenting, and then it keeps quiet when it is asked to do so. So it's completely AI driven. So automation is there. Predictive capabilities. Yes, one of the major strengths of these AIs are they can predict on the basis of historical data. If you give a set of data, it is able to tell you what will happen next. This is what we do in statistics and mathematics. Your most of regressions and all you study, you try to make sure what happens in future on the basis of your past. This does it faster, and because of this, you are able to utilize these information, these inputs, and create your agile management, which will be more, more robust, and it will be more faster. AI-powered collaboration. So AI-powered collaboration, it leverages machine learning, algorithms, and natural language processing to automate tasks, analyze data, and provide valuable insight. This again is not my definition. It's a definition which was given in an AI book where it says AI-powered. It's a collaboration. It collaborates with almost every aspects of the computer science and makes sure it enhances it. Yeah. So these are some of the examples of the agile management and AI tools which are used already by various organizations, so that the planned activities happen and it is monitored accordingly. Agile management is basically making sure that many people working on a project are connected together and there is a proper communication between them for quick, better results and outcomes. That is what it looks for. Fine. That's it. You can have the questions. Thank you.
Directly to an answer. You can mention in the slip direct to an answer. next presenter, Dr. Vikas sir, please give him a round of applause.
Very good afternoon to one and all present here. Your friends have taken a better decision to skip the afternoon's panel discussion because morning the house was full. Now it is half of that. I come from the environmental conservation background, especially the tiger conservation. So let me take you through the topics which are related to sustainability directly. Before that, I would like to ask you one or two funny questions. How many of you have already used Tinder? None of you? Why? Okay. No, because Tinder, some are laughing means they know the depth of it and what is the danger in that. And instead of Tinder, we have one more opportunity now. You can meet Jennifer, Monica, Urvashi, even Sunny Leon as well, as an AI girlfriend. Because we are talking about AI, the boys will have a lot of opportunity. You need not try with the real girlfriends of the life. Okay, you can get into the AI arena and have your doubts cleared and have a company and a companionship as well. From the morning, in all presentations, we have been listening to the various buzzwords like Industry 4.0, 5.0, the sustainability, the agile management and all that. My question to all of you, do sustainability has an opportunity? The very word sustainability means achieving the economic and social development without affecting the natural environment or natural wealth. Are we doing it? How many of you did use the public transport today? So do you think sustainability has an opportunity? No. If 70% of you and I had traveled by a public transport today, the sustainability would have an opportunity to breathe. Okay. We have been using air conditioner now and then in the whole day. The power went off, the AC came back, we all were sweating and all that. Do you have an idea, if I put on this air condition for 5 hours in a day like this, how much carbon dioxide it is emitting outside, and to control that, how many trees I have to grow in the Acharya campus? You need 5 trees immediately to the next of you to control this emission of carbon dioxide emitted by all of us and these AC machines today. How many of you buy the apple, which are very similar to the cheeks of a famous cinema actress like Kareena or Katrina? Let us be very frank, it's a good afternoon. Or how many of you would like to buy an apple which is grown in Kolar or Kashmir, which has got a lot of aberrations and curves? If you have an idea and the data about this, the sustainability will have its opportunity. Let us forget all that. You're all Acharyans, right? Last week you all attended your classes, you were in the campus, we had the Habba launch and all that. What was the trash produced in the last 1 week in Acharya campus, and how much did we recycle that? Any idea? Any data you have? No data, right? So without data, this AI cannot breathe. There are several types of AI, the weak AI, strong AI, super intelligent AI. My very question today to all my panelists and all of you is, it's a very fundamental question. Using AI-driven decisions, can we attain the sustainability? I am asking, is AI sustainable? Is AI itself sustainable? No. Because To run an AI machine, you need a power plant next to your side. You have an idea of that? When ChatGPT 3.5 was made to work, they operated for 9 days with 45 terabytes of data, 100 GPUs of NVIDIA company, 100 GPUs of NVIDIA company, 45 terabytes of data, and 9 days it consumed 28,000 kilowatt hours of electricity. That is energy. Okay, we are facing a bigger energy crisis. To operate such a AI machine, we need a power plant, that too a nuclear power plant next to us. Do we need that? Definitely we need that. We cannot escape from the web of this digital age. And there is one more chat bot called BERT, okay, which consumed, see, I was talking about 28,000 kilowatt hours. Do you have an idea of how much electricity your house uses per month? 200 kilowatt hours, because the Karnataka government is giving free electricity if your limit is below that. Okay, 28,000 kilowatt hours is equal to a house usage in USA for 3 years. That amount of electricity was consumed, or energy was consumed by one AI bot for only 9 days. If this is the amount of energy, imagine the pressure on the forests, imagine the pressure on our landscapes. Whether you know or not, on a given day like this, as I stand and you listen, we are cutting 333 acres of pristine forest in India to supply our needs. I need electricity, I need air conditioners, I need these lights, I need this digital presentation, I need such clothing, all that. You know, we are destroying our natural wealth. And to take decision, we need a lot of data. We suffer from data. Sir told it is insufficient data we have. Not just insufficient data, it's a weak data we have. What is the population of this country? Who told you that? 2011 census and 2024 it is. 13 years later, how can you estimate the population of this country? There is no proper data. Okay, so everyone do not have an Aadhaar card. So that is the weakest data we have, and pre-COVID data we are relying upon, which is again a drawback. So in these cases, the sustainability, even there are 3 fundamental questions. Is AI sustainable? Is AI inclusive? Is AI equitable? Inclusive means I and you, or you and I, can understand in this room what is project management, what is the change management, what is sustainability, what is emission and all that. If all these words go out of this room and reaches Soladevanhalli there, or a big array, or locals, it will lose its value easily. In almost all UP hotels, if you go to UP, I am not talking about they are poor in English, only 10% of we are talking a normal English, not a good English, and all others in this country use the superset of English. You might know there are 22 scheduled languages, and all these AIs are based on what? LLMs, large language models. But 100 crore people, if I take 140 crore as the population of this country, 100 people speak 60 different languages using dialects. Another 40 crore people use 125 languages which are not understood by any machine. Even when you buy something by Big Basket Daily or Blinkit, if some product goes wrong, it will ask you, may you need help from me? You will find it so difficult to write your question because it doesn't give you any option which you wanted to tell it. You will scratch your hair, you will lose your hair, and you will throw your mobile and get up, okay, I am losing 50 rupees, this bloody fellow is taking my entire afternoon or night. That is the problem. If you go to any hotel in North India, or whatever the question, ChatGPT also failed to understand because how the English is fed into it. What is the spelling for appetizer? APE, right? So what do they write? APATAGER, appetizer. How they pronounce, the way they type it. So this machine will never understand. It will shut down. So that's why even Swift Desire car. What is the price of Swift Desire car? They write it as SIFT. Swift. Desire. DEZAR. Car. Value. Not price, because he doesn't know the proper formal English. So where are we supplying? Data, insufficient data, the weaker data is killing all these AI decisions. And even to take decisions, you need to have enormous amount of data. How many sustainable development goals are there? 17 are there. How many targets they have set? 169 targets. Okay, at least you know that. In 2015, these were floated across the world for an agreement, and we signed very quickly that we will follow by 2030. Now we have shifted it to 2050, and by 2070 we are going to become a zero carbon emitting country towards sustainability. 2018 there was a survey done in the parliament of this country, which has got all these members. They were asked the same questions. What are sustainable development goals and how many are there? They all went blank. Finally one MP student asked, do we get money out of it? These are the jokers who are sitting in our parliaments and assemblies who take decisions, not your AI. How many cars we need to travel in the world? Any idea? AI tells us only 10 crore cars are enough. The rest have to use the public transport. And students, for today we have got 140 crore cars which are running on the road. What is the amount of carbon they are emitting? There are so many areas where AI can bring the change. Agriculture, the industry, fisheries, the food production, the pharmacology, whatever the field you talk about, we all believe that AI will play a bigger role, AI will drive us through. But there is always a fear. You might have heard of Devin, fully developed AI software engineer, who is already, he wanted to come into the market. Okay, within one day, he could finish the 30 people work correctly. But the accuracy is only 13.8%, not full. Just 13.8%, the Devin is accurate. But all major firms are putting a halt on that. Let us not bring Devin into the market, because most of us will lose the job. So one kind of jobs will go, the other kind of jobs will definitely come. So that is what the scenario is. So sir talked about the change, agile management. Go with the change, right? Whatever changes. There is a saying, change is permanent. Everything may change, but change is always permanent. So in this case, whatever you think and I desire towards sustainability using AI, if there is insufficient data or if there is no proper data, our decisions will end up in a wrong way. So to have data, what do we do? Even our agriculture is suffering, our soil testing is not happening, the weather patterns. What is the AQI of this place today? Air Quality Index of Acharya campus? Not checked. How can you check? You will go with the Google. Immediately type what is the AQI of Acharya campus and what is the AQI of Donglur, or what is the AQI near the international airport. So immediately you get some data, right? So to feed this data, to collect this data, even if I ask you what are the number of trees in Acharya campus, any idea? 14,000, some figure. Okay, so that is going to be data. So this kind of data you feed, there was one survey, I will end with this lighter example. So during 1980s, a survey was asked to do, calculate the number of garbage dumping areas in India. Okay, garbage dumping areas. So it was allocated to the parliamentary house, and then it came to Vidhan Sabha, then it came to Jilla Panchayats, then it came to Gram Panchayats. the Gram Panchayat officers employed some people to go around and calculate what is the amount of trash dumping places. Okay, Soldevanhalli, a Panchayat member went and looked around Soldevanhalli completely. He said there are 8 places where the trash is dumped and area of this is this. So then he went to Abhigire, so he calculated there are 10. Then he went to Nelamangala, there are 20. He did not go anywhere after that because his fund was too less. He sat in a room and went on calculating. Nelamangala sized one more village is there, it might have 20, that might have 30. Bangalore North would have this, Bangalore South would have this, Delhi would have this, MP would have this, Gwalior, Bhubaneswar, everything. When the entire data was pushed to the government of India centrally, the officer sat and segregated, okay, this cross section, this area, they calculated all area and totaled it. What came out, you know? The trash dumping area was more than the area of this country. Okay, that is the way we did our exercise. So always, whenever if data is fed, definitely the data should be properly given. And my fundamental question again remains same. It is not inclusive. It is not equitable. It is not about equality. It is about equal opportunity. Inclusivity means I should be able to use AI enabled machinery and a layman should also be using it. Okay, that is not happening. And if AI is sustainable or not, I say no, because it is putting a lot of environmental pressures on our forests and greenery, which is not going to be a good call. Not only regulating what is already there in the market, you have to have your decision making also to implement AI in use than in decision making. Thank you.
Thought-provoking, pertinent points, questions he has posed to us, and whatever questions we have for everyone who attend was the end of the session. So, student coordinators, please direct the questions to the students and the participants. But you made a very few valid points. You have to think about price is what you pay and value is what you get. So the price that we pay, we get the value. So it should be thought and discussed. I'll call the next eminent panelists for the day's English. Shall we all give a round of applause?
Sorry. Hope this wakes you up all. Hello, all the bright students of Bengaluru here. Very bright. Okay. So we've almost since the morning we've covered a lot of topics about AI and we all got an understanding of what AI in essence is. Any students who were there in the first session and are now there in the current session? Okay. You didn't have any choice, right? Okay, fine. Just remind me when I reach the 10th minute of it. I'm not wearing a watch. So I'll try to finish it as soon as possible in as less as 10 minutes. But I would need support from you all guys. Only if I think you guys are listening to what I'm saying, I'll be able to finish this in 10 minutes. Okay? Yeah. So I have been working in IT and banking domains for the last 5 years in banking. So I would want to bring more insights about how this artificial intelligence is actually being put into use at a workplace. Okay, so first I'll cover about personalized banking services. Now let's imagine that there is a bank. I'm not supposed to take my own bank's name, so bear with that. Let's say there is a bank named People Bank, which has 6 crore customer base. When I say 6 crore customer base, let's say it has 6 crore savings account open. You all know what savings account is, right? Okay. And the bank, using some rules, some algorithms, made 60 lakhs of its customers, out of all these 6 crore base, 60 lakhs of customers, it has made eligible for auto loan, let's say. Now, they have made 60 lakhs of people eligible for an auto loan. How do they communicate that these customers are made eligible for an auto loan? what could be a medium? How does the bank approach you saying, sir, you are eligible for an auto loan? Please feel free to. Sorry? Phone calls, SMS, email, WhatsApp, everything and anything. Their mobile banking app, their internet banking balance, everything. Now, as a bank, should I send these types of communications in all these modes to all the 60 lakh customers? Yes or no? Yes, no. How many of you say yes? Feel yes. How many of you think no? You don't think anything? Yes or no? It's okay, there are no wrong answers. I'm just trying to help you here. Yes or no? The bank will not send out the communication on all the modes to all the customers. Otherwise it will go bankrupt. Because communication is not free. If it is some in-house app, let's say mobile banking app or internet banking website that are being maintained by the bank itself, then it is of course free because it's in their control. But to send an SMS, to send a WhatsApp alert or to send a mail alert, it will incur a cost to the company. They will usually get it done by a third-party vendor. So in that case, how will a bank be able to know out of the 60 lakh customers, which customer should I target in what mode? Who are the set of customers who are most likely to take the loan? Any parameters using which a bank can evaluate this? Auto loan, I'm talking specifically about auto loan. Any ideas? Be a bit louder, it's okay. Transactions, yes. And? Huh? CIBIL score. Okay. So I'll talk about it later. So CIBIL score, transaction history, these are all some parameters that a bank will consider to understand whether I can make this customer eligible for the loan or not. Does he have the repayment intention? Is he going to repay? Does he have the repayment ability? These are some parameters that you have discussed just now. But if a bank wants to know, okay, these are all good customers, but auto loan is a need-based loan, right? It is not a personal loan. Not that a bank can just attract you saying, sir, you have a personal loan and at a very low interest rate, you can take it, this is better in this way, that way and all. That's not going to happen for auto loan. Only if you fixed in your mind that you need an auto, you need a vehicle, you are going to take a loan, right? Otherwise, what's the point? So now, I'll rephrase my question. How will a bank know that, okay, this customer is most likely to purchase a vehicle in the near future? What could be a couple of valuable data points that a bank can get? I mean, it can get data from third-party vendors also. Obviously, because the transaction data itself is not enough. Let's say a bank, this bank that I just spoke about, People Bank, had a tie-up with Car Dekho website. You all know about these car trade platforms, right? Let's talk about Car Dekho website. Now, the bank will collaborate with such vendors and will collect data from all these platforms to understand, out of all my eligible list of customers who all have recently visited this site, what is the frequency, how much time are they spending on this particular website, and most importantly, are they just focusing on one or two variants, because this will give us a confidence that, okay, they've almost finalized the variant that they're trying to buy, right? So these are all the data points that the bank will touch upon. Again, which medium to target which customer, that also the bank will decide basis. Okay, again, it will collect data from multiple third-party vendors and understand, okay, these customers are most likely be online on WhatsApp in so and so duration. So I'll send them a WhatsApp alert and it catches their attention that way. Okay, so this is all about, this is just one simple example about personalizing your banking experience, not sending a rack offer, a same standard offer to everybody in every medium. And then we'll go about enhanced digital interactions. How many of you have tried applying for a loan or applying for a credit card or applying for a savings account online without going to a bank? who goes to a bank these days, right? Most of us might have done it. So how is your experience like? You'll log in, you'll just enter the URL of the bank. I would like to open a savings account. You will be redirected to the company's website, and then it will show you a couple of pages where you'll have to fill in your basic details. If you're visiting that website for the first time, you'll of course have to fill in more PII information like your Aadhaar number and all for their verification purposes, right? Now let's say I have started I wanted to take a loan, in this case auto loan again, and I've logged in, I got an offer, somebody from the bank, I got an email alert, let's say. I'm more active on my email, I keep checking my emails every day. I got an email alert saying, Sindhusha, you're eligible for so and so loan amount. Avail it right now. So I clicked on the link, I get redirected to the bank website, I enter my credentials, and then what happens? They'll show me that you're eligible for so and so loan amount. Okay, and let's say now with the advent of AI, right? Most of the fields, since I'm already a customer of the bank, I won't be required to fill much information, right? Because my name, my details, the location in which I'm trying to purchase a car. In fact, let's say they have even more granular information about my car purchase decision. They will almost fill the variant, car variant, let's say Maruti Swift, Desire that we just spoke about, right? So that variant also, they will autofill. Of course, we will still be able to edit these things, but this is something that AI and all the other technologies that automatically drop in for us. Now, let's say most of the information is filled, and at one page I am asked to upload my income statements, my salary slips, my ITR statements. I might be a little hesitant. So for a particular applicant who is coming to a digital platform for the first time, if somebody asks you to upload your income details, as an Indian, we're not comfortable doing that, right? We're not comfortable sharing our financial information, even if it is with a bank. So that happens for everyone. So most of the people drop off at that particular page. This is a huge insight, and what as a bank, if I am the head of People Bank, what can I do to reduce this drop-off? Okay, I understand that people are hesitant about uploading their income documents. What can I do? Any ideas? What will you do if you are an employee of People Bank? It will take hours. I will not give up. One answer could be right, could be wrong. So you'll have the customer's data, right? What could be that one particular thing that you do? You video call the customer. KYC. Okay. KYC is to know your customer, but you've already known the customer. He has an existing relationship with your bank. What will you do to gain their confidence that okay, it's not, it's not as unsafe as you think? Is it to upload the document? Huh? No, kuch bhi. The bank will run into losses if you keep reducing the interest rate for everybody who has drop off at a single page. So see, I'll give you one example, what that has been recently being implemented in all Indian banks. So the moment somebody, we think that it is a prospect customer and he dropped off for reasons like this, we send them a real-time testimonials on WhatsApp, on email, or whatever medium. We send them a link. Let's say I am an employee working in TCS and I have dropped off at this page when they ask me for my pay slips. I'll get a URL to my WhatsApp saying, see Sindhusha, these many people near you who are working in TCS have recently taken an auto loan with Axis Bank and it's completely safe. Once I click on the URL, I collect all the customer feedback from all these customers, right? And they will say, okay, it's very safe, it's seamless, it's smooth, etc. So this is one thing that they can do. But for this again, they'll need a lot of information. That's exactly where all these AI and ML engines come into place. And then seamless omnichannel experiences, we just spoke about it. Somebody will have to reach out to them, right? Be it a call, let's say you've just dropped off, you logged out of that particular journey and you immediately get a call from somebody saying, sir, what happened? You were trying to finish your journey, but you didn't. Right? So that way of seamless omnichannel experiences, the tie-up, the integration between all those channels. Next slide, please. Okay, fraud detection and prevention. We all know about transaction frauds. We had just gone through a couple of examples also. So I'll focus a little bit more on onboarding fraud. When I say onboarding fraud, let's say there is a group of fraudsters who wanted to somehow exploit the financial resources of a bank, and they act to form an organization, a fake organization. They just take a physical building on lease, say 10 to 15, and they claim that they are a small organization that is recently found. They maintain the profile for say 6 to 7 months, nice. They get all the savings accounts opened, salary accounts opened for all those employees in, let's say, People Bank. And what do these banks engine do? So when a bank tries to understand whether to make a particular customer eligible or not, just the way you mentioned, they'll check, first thing that they check for is the transaction history. Somebody has rightly mentioned. So okay, they will go through these customers and they think like, okay, their transaction history is clean, their salary is coming on time, every time the salary amount is constant, so that's fine. It will add them in the eligible list of customers for a loan, right? And then they pay 2 to 3 EMIs and then they just disappear. This is what is called as onboarding fraud. Now if I want to prevent, there is a pattern behind it, right? So first of all, they try to set up a company, fake company, and they try to, let's say if they want the average salary of each employee to be 2 lakhs, their starting capital is only 2 lakhs. Don't assume that if there are 10 employees, they will not start off with 20 lakhs. They will have only 2 lakhs. They will transfer among themselves that 2 lakhs on the same day. Let's say it is 1st of May, one person transfers 2 lakhs to one person with, in remarks he will add something as salary XXX bank. And the same thing, the second guy transfers the same amount with a similar label. And when AI reads all this, when the text mining models read all this data, they think that this is a legitimate salary, right? But that's not the case. So tell me something. In this case, what could be some important features that would help us to identify if we give a loan to this particular customer, he's most likely to be able to become a fraudster, or it is going to be a default case? I just gave you hints, gave you a couple of hints now. What could be some features? Just one feature? Huh? Be a bit louder, yeah. WhatsApp में क्या check करते हैं? Leads. Links. WhatsApp links means? What exactly do you mean by WhatsApp? It's okay, fine, yaar. I have also been a B school graduate just 5 years back. So I also gave very random answers. That's totally fine. So see, one thing is, the moment you see a bunch of customers at a time creating a salary account for a very young company, right? It is not a very old company. That company is something formed very recently. So this is one feature. What is the age of that employer, right, for all these students? And number 2, is the amount, are there any inter-transfers between all these customers? Is the same amount of cash being rotated so that it can be portrayed as salary, right? All these sorts of things you can make use, and these can be fed into your, AI will automatically of course reject its features, but I'm just talking about a couple of features that could be of use. Next slide. Okay, AI powered profiling also has been covered in the first half session, but I'll still take a moment here. So now, if as a bank, if I want to give a personalized recommendation, financial recommendation to you guys, what parameters can I consider? What is your income? What are your expenses? What are your other obligations? Like if you have any loans at any other banks, what could be your other obligations? And what else? What's your age? Obviously, if I am a 65-year-old woman, they will not suggest me some long-term mutual fund. That is not going to be of any use. So, in fact, my health status is also getting captured by all these banks, my medical history. Any idea how? How will a bank know whether you're healthy enough to invest in a particular?
Age.
Huh?
Age.
Page. Age, okay, age is one. But that's fine. Even being a 30-year-old, even I can have some medical issues, right? Huh? Somebody was saying something. This side. Can you please be a bit louder? You want me to pass them? The minute you make a transaction in a hospital, that gets recorded. The minute you purchase something in the pharmacy, that gets recorded. Huh? Could be. Could be. I mean, that's exactly what the previous dignitary has spoken about, right? It is not necessary that the data that is entering through all these systems is always correct. That doesn't mean we should stop collecting the data, right? So that's fine. And what else? These days banks are also, many banks are also issuing insurance policies. HDFC, you know, they have this Optima health insurance policy. If you have taken this insurance and if you have claimed it anytime in the recent past, then that is another hint. Right? So leveraging all these data points and making customized recommendations. Like, okay, is this person having a higher risk appetite? Then okay, let me suggest him more about equity. 10 minutes time. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's about it. And if that particular customer is not having much time left, and if his risk appetite is pretty low, then he will obviously opt for something simple, something as simple as a term deposit with 1 year or 2 years of maturity, right? So these are the customized recommendations. Predictive modeling we've been talking about since morning, and real-time monitoring, yes. So once we've suggested something to the customer, it is not the end of it. We should regularly keep monitoring if all the features still remain the constant or not, right? So I'm healthy today doesn't mean I'm healthy tomorrow also. So that real-time monitoring is also extremely important when it comes to a bank to get a financial advice. Next slide, please. Okay, this, I think by the answers that you're giving me, I think you're all aware. Application intake, most of the fields are filled in the digital form, and what are all the rules that you just mentioned, transaction history, credit history, how are all these integrated on a digital journey to eventually take a decision. So there is no, if you see something, there is something called as an underwriting team for banks. So whenever there is somebody wants to apply for a loan and it isn't a straight case. I mean, that guy says, okay, he will be able to upload his salary slip for only 1 lakh amount, but he declares that I'm getting an additional income of 50,000. Then there is obviously at some point of time a manual intervention required, right? Somebody should be there in place to verify if he's really getting that 50,000 additional income or not. So even those kinds of steps are now automated to a greater extent, because in the journey itself, they're implementing features like, see sir, this is the amount that you're eligible for, do you need more? If they just click on the more scenario, then they'll be redirected to an entirely different journey where he can upload his additional income documents as well. So that's about it. Next slide. Next slide, this is all clear. Okay, chatbots. Okay, now, how many of you have ever interacted with a chatbot? Everybody. Everybody. Zomato, Swiggy, even if it is 1 minute delay, we'll ask for a refund, shamelessly. We all do that. So, yeah, that's one. Intelligent assistance. But when I say intelligent assistance, let's say it's not just a human being that is sitting there. When I am a human and you come to me and say, Sindhusha, for some reason my order is not delivered in a proper shape. The packaging is not good, let's say. I want a full refund of my order. And then for some reason I forgot to take the pictures of that particular food when it arrived, because I was in a hurry. When it is a human being, the moment I start this kind of conversation, how would you take it? Am I being legitimate in saying so, or am I just trying to make my refund for that particular order? When I'm talking to you on call, when it is a human that is standing opposite to you, it is easy that they can estimate your sentiment, right? What are you up to? But are these AI-enabled chatbots that smart enough to do so? At least nowadays? No, right? So you ask them for something, they give you a response for something else. If you try to ask them more, then they'll say, okay, we'll redirect you to our customer service executive, and they'll assign a human executive to you. So that is something, again, banks, not just banks, all the organizations nowadays are working upon. But yeah, it is anyways much better because it's available 24/7 and it is easily merged with all the other channels. Okay, these are all back-end office operations. Yeah, this one. Ethical considerations, because I wanted to speak about it. Now, I'll quickly give you an example where you might think, okay, AI is not, if not used properly, it might cause some serious ethical concerns. Since we've been talking about banks since the beginning, let's stick to bank only. As a bank, what I'll do, I'll keep checking the transaction history and repayment history of all my customers, right? Let's say there is some farmer who has come from a very weaker segment of the economy, and he has taken a loan much longer, sometimes 15 years back, and for a couple of months he was not able to clear his EMIs because of whatever reason, that month it hasn't rained much or some legitimate reasons, right? But he still wasn't able to pay the loan. The problem with AI is it amplifies the bias a lot. So the moment an AI model thinks, okay, this is a risk factor for me, then it amplifies the weightage. It weights that risk factor a lot. So what happens eventually? We'll end up not offering loan to such customers anytime. So is it an ethical concern or not? Yes, because as a responsible bank, we should be open for all our offerings to all the segments of the economy. So that is one. And what else? Yeah, protecting customer privacy. We just had a very good comic show by Dr. Vinod. So I think that gets covered. It has to respect, AI has to respect our privacy also at some point. And what's the future of AI in banking? We're seeing a lot of videos, hyper-personalization. The word itself says hyper. So the moment I was just talking to my husband, my Google always listens, if you're aware. You just say something to your partner, okay, how about us buying a car? In a minute I'll receive a call, ma'am, this is calling from People Bank, do you want to take an auto loan? That's nothing but hyper-personalization. Autonomous finance, yes, I just earn and that income gets credited into my account and let the AI take care of where to invest how much. That's it. Embedded assistance, not fair yaar. Embedded assistance, seamless, so chatbots at every point. Predictive analytics, okay, I quit here because we've been talking about the same thing since morning. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, sir, I'm done. Yeah. Thanks for really being such bright students. Yeah.
Now the last panelist is a cricket enthusiast, so I'll use the Ravi Shastri commentary here. Please go it like a thunder and come back like a
Hopefully it is not a duckout. Okay, I'll be the dessert for today because this will be the last session, right? So most of you have heard about AI throughout the day. So let me start with a question. So if you reach out of Indian shores, what is the first word that you would say? After seeing you on shore, what would somebody over there say? Any guesses? It's a prank question. It's AI again. Are Indian? Right? Or Indian. So this is coming from a last venture, so I know it's not going to be great, right? So, because I was speaking to Benjamin sir, so there are 3 different flavors of students over here. So who's there in HR over here? HR specialization? Anyone? Nobody? Okay, that's great because even in corporate, HR goes home early. Okay, so the next one, the marketing. How many of them are from marketing? Okay, tough luck guys. You will be the forefront of every business decision because you will be first one to get fried. Okay. Okay, which is the third one? Finance. So how many? The rest are all finance guys. Great. So you will be making more business decisions, right? So whether you are in any company, the HR team would be looking for the finance team to make the business decisions. And we as IT service providers, because I've been in IT for the last 19 years, right? So we come to finance guys to get our billings approved as well, right? Or the budget decisions made. So you guys are going to be there as the primary business decision maker because you are looking at the credit and debit side, right? So why was AI there? AI was there to just make our lives easier. So do you think, because I heard over the period of conversations stating that somebody did not know about AI 5 years back, 8 years back, the word was not there. It was there since beginning, right? The word was not AI, that's it. It was there in some shape, size or format. Because when I was with Yodlee, 2012, we were doing the same financial decisions for US market, right? So we were doing the financial aggregations. We were looking at business transactions, giving you insights, giving bank the insights. The term was known as insights back then. If you give insights, that was known as AI. That's known as AI now. Statistical modeling or not, giving insights to the customer was AI back then. It's going to be AI now. It's going to be some other fancy term next. But AI has been there, it is going to be there for ages, right? So this metric, I guess somebody was showing in the morning as well. The big data, it's around 103 billion by 2027. It's going to grow, right? Next slide. So now this is where you guys are going to be involved, right? So if you see the right side of work, data processing, data collection, predictive physical work kind of thing, which is predictable physical work can be automated, right? AI is going to take over jobs. I have deployed an AI model for a company where we are saying that jobs will not be taken. 65% of the jobs has been erased, right? So this is real stats coming to you in this class right now, right? Which we use to influence the other customers. 65% of the mundane jobs are taken out because I deploy AI for a living. So unless there is cost being taken out, the finance guys will not approve it, right? So if I'm going in front of a customer, I'm going in front of the CFOs. So the CFO is asking one question. If I deploy a model, I'm going to be paying $100K. How much is the money that you're going to save? Unless I show 1:6, 1:8, he's not going to approve the bill, right? So it's very important what you guys are going to learn, what you guys are going to implement. AI is going to be there, right? But if you see the left side of the thing, right? Managing others, applying expertise, stakeholders, unpredictable physical work, it's all human intelligence. AI or me or the next level cannot replace your jobs, right? So if you're on the left side of the spectrum, you're safe. If you're on the right side of the spectrum, you would always be under the churn. Next slide. So these are just the challenges that we have as part of AI implementation, right? 59%, there is resource crunch. I don't have a person that I can hire tomorrow. I have put up LinkedIn article where I need 40 people. But if I go into the market, I don't get the 40 because I'll have to interview 200 or 300 people to get the 40. I might not even find the 40, right? I need sales guys. I need consultants. I need developers. I need all kind of resources who can help me deploy AI at scale. For that, I need niche people who can deploy the work. And at this point of time, there is a resource crunch for special people. What I call it as special people is somebody who knows stuff, somebody who knows what they're doing, right? 76% of the business, they actually believe that the people that we are hiring are not great, right? They cannot help me achieve the ROI that I'm looking for. So 40%, it's primarily thinking that AI is going to help us benefit, right? 37% of the belief, it's on the ROI. The 76% is lack of AI adoption. Okay, the numbers are the worst. Next slide. So this is something that you might be interested. I think somebody in the theory classes that you are attending might be showing it, but this is something more real, right? Next slide. Yeah. So if you see, the primary postings for AI is primarily in the United States. And if you see, all the other countries are slightly below. And India is not there in this list, but India is there in the next list because that is where you guys are going to be important. All right, let's go to the next one. So if you see, the previous slide said that AI skills are getting higher in US, but the jobs are getting created in India. And you know why? Why? Why is India having more jobs than US? Finance guys, where are you? It's cost. It's cost again. Somewhere 8 years back, when I was traveling in train, somebody told me that all the jobs are moving to Philippines, it will be moving outside India. It is not moving. Why? $1 is 84 rupees. The more it keeps on going, the more the jobs will be coming over here. Right? There is no point of jobs being put in US. Right? So if you see this, the AI skill penetration, it's higher than the US. Because in India, the jobs are going to be increased because of AI. We need specialists. We don't need the common man, right? Can you move to the next one? So this is where I would live with one topic in your mind, right? Education is important. Employment is much more important, right? So if you are, there is two ways that you get out of this, right? One is that you guys are going to study for the sake of research, where your next thing is research, right? The second thing is employment. You either employ or you get employed, right? So you start your own company, you help people, you bring jobs into the market. Or else the second thing is that you get employed, where you learn employment under somebody else, right? Whichever the option that you select, or whichever the option that you want to just go into business, the third option, which is going back to your, the creative way of, doing something else. Even then you're going to give jobs to others, right? You are not going to do the heavy lifting all by yourself. So think what you need to do and act what you need to do, right? And it's time running out. You guys are having the fun time back there, fun time over here. It's good, enjoy it. The enjoyment would have a terminal period where it is going to end very quickly. You guys are going to get into the market. At that point of time, you're fighting amongst your peers. You're fighting amongst every other person who's wearing a coat outside. Alright? And when it comes to the employment, you have to beat the other person who's there amongst you in the same room in the interview. Whether it is your marks, whether it is your attitude, whether it is the creativity that you bring. The back answers that were coming from this side, right? It was funny to hear, right? You need to impress the guy who's interviewing you as well, right? If you have the same attitude, you need to see fun, right? But you need to impress the guy who's interviewing on the other side of the table. If you can cut the cake, you get to eat the cake, right? So, with that I leave it, okay? Thank you.
That's it. Students are going to have a question. So the next 10 minutes or 15 minutes we'll devote for question and answer session. And I will use the LIFO model of inventory, last in, first out. So I'll ask the last panelist the first question. And I hope I'm audible to everyone, because if you want to hear the answer, you have to hear the question as well. My question is, you did mention about predictive analysis. We have two things, major things coming in India the next few months. One is the election results, and the other one is cricket. Okay, some of us follow both of them equally. Okay, my question is, how have you or anyone developed an artificial intelligence tool that is able to predict correctly how many seats a party is going to win? Is there anything of that nature yet, or is it just hypothetical in nature?
So this is a real question, and I have a real answer to this, right? Somewhere before the election starts, you already know that the election is coming. So the data crunching happens even before that. So at least I would not name the company. We've been doing survey analysis, right? So what you see on the TV, CNN and everything stating that the survey results are coming, the survey tips that up ki bar, 400 par and all those things, can they get 400, how is it possible? It's all data crunch. Each of the political party that is there in India has a data analytics team tied straight up their hip. Each data analytics team's duty is that it goes back into surveys, it goes back into data number crunching right before the election starts. For the party, whichever is the leading party in India, there was a survey done like 8 or 10 months back itself to see what kind of sentiments are there with the people. Are they going to vote for this party? Are they going to vote for some particular person? Are they going to vote for based on religion, caste, creed? So all those kind of questions are asked, and the data number crunching happens even before it. So the number crunching with the analysis is already presented to the manager. What I define as manager is whoever is running the show. He gets the data statistics, and that is what is predicting him to come closer to the 400. If he has to hit the 400, he has to start his data crunching exercise a year before itself. And to come there, if he's winning the states, that's the basis on which the 400 number is coming. And that's the basis on which, let's take the Karnataka elections, the previous Karnataka elections, right, where Congress won. So the Congress had done this survey exactly. They pointed out the exact mistakes to ensure that Congress wins. I'm not a party biased person, but I'm trying to say what are the, the employment opportunities available. And it's huge money, right? Data analytics is premium, and data analytics resources are premium. And if this has to be done, it has to be done at a scale. So at least for the company that I'm talking about, they did 3 crore calls every single day. That is 3 crore. 140 crores is what you're talking about, the population of India, right? 3 crore population dialing out, getting the survey results, trying to see what is the bias of this country. Where are they biased? Right, left, neutral? What is the answers that we can get? So if it is done for politics like this, it is done at a larger scale for a business entity like cricket, where money is involved. So the data crunching happens at a larger level, predicting, stating that who will win, right? So the predicting is based on the number bias, based on the current form, whatever are the attributes that I select, right? For an election, it is like 24 to 36 attributes. Right? For a cricket, it might be much more. Right? So predictive analytics has been there, and it is going to be there, and it is a real thing that has been done day in, day out. So you want to start a company, my best bet would be is plan for the next elections 2027. Start your company 2024, so 5 years 2029. So put up the company, you start data analytics. I think you have a data analytics company over there.
Thank you. My second question will be to Ms. Sindhusha. Last week we saw the Adani crisis, where the shares plummeted upon the news of Hindenburg and the accounting fraudulent, where they had taken loan on the basis of shares issued. That's an accounting fraud. Now my question to you is, since you're from banking sector, to what extent can AI detect accounting fraud? Would it be foolproof henceforth?
So, okay, at this point of time, we just spoke about something as simple as onboarding fraud, if you all remember. This is also a case of that sort of fraud only, right? If you all can imagine that this is relatively a bigger situation, but this is not different from what we've already discussed. So, yes, we at this point, I'm not saying that our systems can be 100% foolproof, because we're yet to explore all the features that are... See, the problem with generating beautiful insights with fraud analytics is the data is limited. So, let's say there are some hundreds of crores of transactions happening in India today. What's the percentage of fraudulent transactions there? It's minute, right? It's even less than 1%. It's even less than 0.5 or 0.1%, if I'm not wrong. So out of that data, now you'll have to dig enough and mine, okay, what are all the patterns? What could be, what could have actually contributed to this kind of fraudulent scenario, right? So this data is currently limited. that's exactly why, just the way we're doing more advancements in other sections, we're not being able to do such sort of advancements in fraud analytics. But yes, there is we can do it. There is a provision for this. The more and more cases like this we get, that's the only way banks also learn, right? Because every case is unique. Yeah.
My third question is to Dr. Vinod. The question is, do you think AI will create more job opportunities, or will it take the job opportunities already there? The question is, will it create more people employed or more people unemployed?
So there is no need to have any threat of these type of things or of any technological advancement per se. When computers came, everybody was having the fear that in the bank or everywhere, that now what the tailor person will do or what other employees will do. But nothing happened. Nobody was retrenched. Nobody means nobody. Nobody was retrenched. They were retrained. So the key word is retrained. I had mentioned there that you should not use ChatGPT at this point of time. It does not mean that I want to make you loutish and I want that you should not learn new technologies. The point was, see, you apply ChatGPT and it will give you a model. I am talking in terms of analytics. Say a regression model. In Lucknow I was teaching and I had given the data and I was showing the result of regression. I believe and assume that everyone understands regression. Yes or no? Loudly? Loudly. I am not talking to audience. You understand regression? Linear regression? Okay. And the participant, they were entrepreneurs. One entrepreneur had started arguing with me that, sir, your output is not matching with my output. And I went to his seat. He had used ChatGPT. And my model was having intercept. And he had used ChatGPT. Intercept was not there. And he was not able to understand the difference between his model and my model. Now, these are the problems. That why, when you do not understand linear regression from basics, there is no need to, even if ChatGPT is given to you, you will not be able to make a good use of that. Ultimately, finally, you are not making model for your entertainment. You are making model for client. And you have to explain. And you can only explain if you know the subject. So, the bottom line is, no worry. AI is not going to retrench anyone, no threat at all. Only thing is that we need to make ourselves updated. And it is a very general rule, nothing related to AI, very general rule, so nothing to worry about. I hope I have answered.
So you can keep the mic with you. My question to you is, you mentioned that AI can do hundreds of things at the same time. But what if they are hacked? Is there a possibility of hacking? Of course, there's a possibility of hacking. How would you?
No, I think AI or any software that we have on cloud that can be hacked. Either this is powered by AI or any other thing. So basically, when it comes to hacking, yes, I think the people from the technological front would be better people to tell me, but there is a lot of work going on as far as prevention is concerned, cyber attacks and all those things. They are creating a lot of software to make sure that such things do not happen. But as I said, when you have a software for good, there are softwares for bad. Now, there was a day when I had initial interaction with my students quite a long back, maybe somewhere in 1998, 99, we were having this boom of credit cards and debit cards, no, not 1999. So we said, now there won't be problem, thieves will not be there because we will not have pickpocketers picking up money because I use card. And immediately it cannot be used by anybody else and you can block it. So this was a statement which I made, out of ignorance maybe, that now that there are cards, there won't be thieves. Because thieves would not, that time pickpocketing was for money. But now thieves have upgraded themselves and they are still stealing by different ways. They are using their own, so they are upgraded. So now naturally, the other people who are the banking and other sector who are going to save us from these things, they have to upgrade their software. It's go on, it go on. So naturally, I think they have those softwares done ready, and we should rely on these things.
Good, sir. Thank you very much for that answer. Guru, sir, the question to you is, sustainability, is it a dream? Can you tell me any one thing that is sustainable? Nothing.
If your environment is not exploited, it is going to be sustainable. See, for example, I don't need a coat to be on my body today because it is too hot. You know, most of you are coming with that, and to make you cool, we put on the AC. If we had come in cotton shirts, simple cotton shirts and simple footwear, we would have saved all this electricity. This could have been done elsewhere, right? See, just to put up an ambience, we are putting more stress on our environment. See, the carbon, there are three things, again, I will extend things. See, complexities, the carbon footprint, and the cost. These are the three major things which are concerning the implementation of AI. See, I am producing almost 20 kilograms of carbon dioxide per 1 year. Okay, 1 year, I am producing 20 kilograms of carbon dioxide. See, if I live 80 years, imagine. If I live another 10 years plus, imagine. So I am going to put carbon dioxide into the environment. Unnecessarily, if I come by public transport, definitely I will save on my fuel. The road will not get distorted. I will not honk and create a noise pollution. And many of our vehicles have got bloody lights in front of them even in the daylight. Do any one of us question the automobile engineering, why that light is put in the daylight? And during the night also, people come with the halogen added lights, which will puncture your retina. You can't see what is in front of you. But still, most of you youngsters will love to have such bikes with a lot of light. Is it not? So sustainability comes by practice. We have to go back to Gandhiji. If at all we want to be showing any love and concern towards the sustainability, let us start living in the simple way. That's the way.
But one question.
Sir.
You're not thinking of an era where people are going back 100 years, right? Where we have simple homes.
Definitely.
Do you envision such an environment where everything's so simple?
Yeah, there are, for example, I traveled Nagaland very recently. You're all very worried about when does the Bangalore get rain, right? You're all cursing about, because of this present government, the rains are not there. Earlier when this government was there in the power, there were no rains. So it's a cycle of 4 years. Okay, and there is a 11-year solar cycle this year. The sun is heated up and he's throwing his flares to the outside world. So that's why whoever is living in the tropical area, like how India is placed and Pakistan is placed and many other countries, we are facing the enormous heat due to the extra flare produced in the sun. So in Nagaland, when we were going to one particular visit of an institution, farmer immediately at 8 in the morning, he opened his umbrella. Okay, we were all clueless about it. So I was having a similar attire to visit that research institute with 20 students around me. I asked him, why did you open the chhatri? Hindi mein maine pucha, kyun umbrella open kiya tumne? Sir, abhi barish aayega. It will rain, he said. Our students started searching their mobile. Is there any prediction, the weather and all that? No, you will not get any signal from your phone or satellite. I have got the signal from the beehive. He showed it the beehive. There is a simple science, biological science. If it rains in another 10 or 15 minutes, the bees do not leave the hive and go fetch for the nectar. They are staying there only. Immediately after 10 minutes, it rained so heavily, we all took the shelter under the same tree. So, they knew the traditional knowledge. There are places on earth, Benjamin sir, where the holistic living, we all talk about holistic approach of our education, life, everything, but they have put it into the practice. This AI, which is the most modern capacity and our old traditional way of living things get combined, definitely we have a choice and chance also to conserve the environment and reach the sustainability goals.
So I have one more question. In your presentation you said development should be equitable, equal to all.
It's not equal. I'm talking about equal opportunity. It's not like a socialistic approach. If there are 10 rupees, spend or distribute 1 rupee each. It is not that way. So equitability or it's different from equality. We all know. So equal opportunity is my choice, because when I can use ChatGPT or BERT or any chatbot so easily, why can't my farming community friend who is next to Acharya will use it when it gets the proper rain, and what is the air quality, what is the soil quality, and what is the underground water rechargeability after the first rains or second rains. He should have the data. So that opportunity should also be there to him, and such a platform we all have to create. That's what my call is.
Just ask one more questions and wind this up. To Anil sir, do you think students get quality education by the use of AI?
Now, see, as sir already was contending, AI can only assist or aid the teaching process. In future, I don't know, maybe future would be different. That's what I said. This AI is to stay, and maybe in future there will be AI-driven teachers who will be taken over. When we are talking about next level would be SI. So you say synthetic intelligence. We don't know whether we have robots coming and teaching in the class. So that future can be only visualized. I mean, right now we are not in the stage. But right now what I can say is, AI can make learning better if you are able to use it judiciously. Yes, AI is going to stay, and students have to learn it and also use it in a way that it is going to aid your learning. And teachers will also be using it and making sure that you are sensitized about the use of AI. So that is how it goes. So I cannot say that I will not use the technology. It's already here, and because we are living in a world where technology is driving us, we have to use it. And when we have to use it, we should also know the judicial use of it. It goes like your mobile phone. Mobile phone, you use it, sometimes it's overuse it, yes, you are in trouble. Some of you are having problems with your eyes or all other things, sleep. You cut on your sleep because you are using phone. Yeah, it has its own disadvantages, and so does AI. So that's what I say on this. Thank you.
The last question to Dr. Vinod. I was very vociferous in his presentation about AI. Do you think one day your best friend would be one of the humanoids?
Not at all. my best friend is going to be my wife only.
No, let's put that 20, 30 years from now. Let's imagine that God gives good.
See, I had seen that Miss World. Yesterday I was reading Guardian, and the Miss World is going to be artificial India. And how they had created, they had talked to many men and asked that what an ideal lady is. Hairs, eyes, lips, color of skin, and they had articulated. And if that lady, artificial lady, is going for any Miss World competition, is bound to win. But whether, are you excited? I am excited by looking at it. But she is Miss World, artificial lady. No. So, we need human touch. We need human flesh, blood, and human feelings. Artificiality cannot take cannot replace. There is unnecessary fear. Artificiality is artificial. It cannot replace human values, human relations, human understanding. Cannot.
So, through the opportunity for faculty, if anyone has a question, because students, the questions that I ask is a mix of my question and your question. Faculty, no questions. So that is it. We come to the end of the panel discussion. Thank you, everyone.
Can we give a big round of applause to the wonderful panelists and discussion? May I now now request Professor Anil Malali and Professor Gururaj Sridharan to felicitate our guests for the day, the panelists for the day. May I request Dr. Vinod Kumar Murthy, Country Head, Institution of Analytics, London, to kindly grace the chair and accept her honours. Guys, can we just applaud the Acharya Institute of Graduate Studies is absolutely honoured having you here today with us, sir. Thank you for joining us. Senior Manager, Digital Lending Analytics, Axis Bank, to kindly grace the chair and accept our honour. Ms. Sindhu Shah, Senior Manager, Digital Lending Analytics. I think we can give one more round of applause for the woman power. Acharya Institute of Graduate Studies is very happy having you here today, ma'am. We root for your success and more accomplishments to come in future. May I request Mr. Jaykrishnan B, Head of Delivery and Customer Success, Gnani.ai, to grace the chair and accept our honours. Acharya Institute of Graduate Studies is honoured to have Mr. Jaykrishnan B. Thank you everyone. May I now request Dr. Dhanalakshmi to thank the gathering.
A very happy evening to all when I dock here, and we have come almost to the end of the conference, first day of the conference session, and I request all the panelist members who were there from the forenoon session till now, we thank you so much for holding your patience and being with us and giving your valuable insights and also the words of wisdoms and the thoughts for us and sharing it to the younger generations. I thank Dr. Vinod, who has been focusing on majorly on emphasizing on the focus of how mathematics and statistics and analytics is really helpful and going to be helpful for the generations of the youth birds for the analytical skills. And I also thank Dr. Anil B. Malali sir, who has emphasized more on the agile management practices and how they are aligning to the alignment of AI and agile management practices are going together. As well as I thank Professor Gururaj sir, who emphasized more on sustainable development and gave the inputs of 3 C's, that is the complexity, carbon foot and conservation. We thank you sir. As well as Ms. Sindhu Shah, who has highlighted the inputs and how the dynamic works of the workplace of banking sector is going on, and what are the challenges the finance students have to face on in how AI is going to impact on the financial domain sector. And last but not the least, Mr. Jai Krishnan sir, who was there, who was emphasizing on the insights of the HR area, marketing area, and the finance domain area in the workplace, and how it's going to have an impact on artificial intelligence. And he highlighted that cut the cake, eat the cake, and be the breadwinner as well as the bread earner. And we come to the concludatory vote of thanks. I thank the technical team who has been with us for the whole day, and they have been supporting us and holding us for a long time and also helped us. We also thank the student community people and also the organizers who have been there for the long time, and also the paper presenters and the participants for the conference who had been there for a long period of time from morning till today. Without your support, without your coordination, we could have not been successful. Thank you so much for being with us, and we look forward to see you tomorrow, and the session will happen in AES Seminar Hall tomorrow. Thank you all and have a great happy evening.